Hey guys, tonight we delve deep into the shimmering, often unsettling, world of Tibetan dream yoga. Imagine for a moment, you're standing on the precipice of your own sleeping mind, the landscape shifting like desert sands, where the rules of reality bend and your deepest truths and fears materialize before your very eyes. This isn't just about remembering a few more snippets of your nightly adventures. It's a profound spiritual discipline, a journey to the core of consciousness itself. Be warned though, this path of mastering your dreams, of truly waking up within them, is not for the faint of heart. It's a practice that aims to unravel the very fabric of your perceived reality, and frankly, the you that tucks itself into bed each night probably won't survive this unchanged. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Go ahead and post your location and your local time in the comments below. It's always fascinating to see where everyone is joining from as we embark on these explorations together. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. We begin by pulling back the first layer of the dream veil, understanding why these nightly visions hold such a sacred and powerful place in the ancient spiritual traditions of Tibet, particularly within the indigenous Bon tradition and the rich tapestry of Tibetan Buddhism that evolved alongside it. For centuries, perhaps millennia, long before modern psychology began to chart the subconscious, these mountain-dwelling mystics recognized the dream state not as mere chaotic firings of a tired brain, but as a profound, accessible gateway, a liminal space ripe with potential for accelerated spiritual growth and the deepest kind of insight. You see, they understood that roughly 1/3 of your entire life is spent asleep, a vast expanse of time that most of us simply surrender to unconsciousness. Imagine reclaiming that lost territory, transforming it from a passive void into an active training ground for your mind, for your spirit. This is the promise of dream yoga, or Malom, Veem Mum Lim Ronal Bayard, as it's known in Tibetan, the yoga of the dream state. It's a practice that doesn't just aim to make you aware that you're dreaming, what we commonly call lucid dreaming. While that initial recognition, that aha moment when you realize the bizarre scenario unfolding around you is, in fact, a dream, is the crucial first step, Tibetan dream yoga takes you far, far beyond. It's a comprehensive system designed to help you not only achieve lucidity consistently, but to then use that lucidity as a platform for advanced meditative practices. Think of it: within your dream, you are unbound by the physical laws that govern your waking life. You can fly, you can transform objects, you can meet any being imaginable, but more importantly, you can explore the very nature of your own mind and the reality it constructs with an unparalleled freedom. The origins of these practices are ancient, predating the arrival of Buddhism in Tibet and finding their early roots in the shamanistic Bon tradition. These Bonpos, masters of the natural and spiritual worlds, were adept at journeying in altered states of consciousness, and dreams were a key portal for healing, divination, and understanding the subtle energies of existence. As Buddhism took root in the land of snows from the 7th century onwards, these indigenous dream practices were not discarded, but were refined, systematized, and integrated into the sophisticated philosophical and meditative frameworks of Vajrayana Buddhism. Great masters, or Mahasiddhas, like Naropa, whose famed 6 yogas or 6 dharmas form a cornerstone of practice in the Kagyu lineage, codified dream yoga as one of these potent methods for rapid spiritual development. His disciple, Milarepa, Tibet's most beloved poet, saint, is often depicted with a hand cupped to his ear, listening to the subtle sounds of reality, a master who undoubtedly navigated the dream realms with profound skill. Lineages such as the Nyingma, the oldest school of Tibetan Buddhism, and the Dropa Kagyu also hold profound and often secret teachings on dream yoga, passed down in an unbroken chain from teacher to disciple. So, why this intense focus on dreams? What is the ultimate purpose? At its heart, dream yoga is a powerful tool for understanding the Buddhist concept of sunyata, or emptiness, the idea that all phenomena, including our sense of self, lack inherent independent existence. They are, in a sense, dream-like illusory. In our waking lives, the solidity of the world around us, the seemingly concrete nature of our experiences, makes it very difficult to grasp this profound truth directly. Our conceptual mind, our ingrained habits of perception, constantly reinforce the illusion of a fixed, external reality and a solid, unchanging me at its center. But in the dream state, the illusory nature of experience is much more apparent. Think about your own dreams. One moment you're in your childhood home, the next you're flying over a city made of jelly. Characters appear and disappear, laws of physics are gleefully ignored, and the entire environment can shift with the speed of thought. Within the dream, these bizarre occurrences often feel completely real, don't they? It's only upon waking that you recognize their insubstantiality. Dream yoga trains you to recognize this insubstantiality while you are still within the dream. By repeatedly seeing the dream images as mere appearances, empty of any inherent reality, you begin to cultivate a powerful insight that can then be carried over into your waking life. You start to see how your waking experiences, too, are constructed by your mind, colored by your perceptions, and ultimately as fluid and transient as a dream. This isn't to say that the world isn't real in a conventional sense. You can't just walk through walls in your waking life without consequence. But it's about understanding the nature of that reality, its lack of ultimate, independent solidity. The dream state becomes a perfect laboratory for this investigation because the stakes are, in a way, lower, and the malleability of experience is so much more obvious. If you can learn to see a dream monster as an empty projection of your own mind, you're one step closer to seeing the monsters in your waking life, your anger, your fear, your anxieties, in the same light as mental constructs that you don't have to be enslaved by. Therefore, dream yoga is not just about having exciting, super-powered adventures in your sleep. It's a profound meditative training. It's about continuity of awareness. The teachings emphasize that the mindful awareness you cultivate during the day, which we'll explore in depth soon, is the foundation for awareness at night. If you spend your days lost in distraction, habitually reacting without consciousness, it's highly unlikely you'll suddenly develop lucid awareness in your sleep. The practice is holistic. The boundary between waking and dreaming begins to blur, not in a pathological way, but in a way that infuses your entire existence with a greater sense of presence and insight. This leads to another crucial aspect of dream yoga, its role as a preparation for death and the intermediate state, known in Tibetan as the bardo. According to these traditions, the experiences we encounter after death, before our next rebirth, are powerfully shaped by our karmic imprints and mental habits, much like a dream. The bardo states are said to be vivid, disorienting, and potentially terrifying if one is unprepared. However, if you have trained in dream yoga, if you have learned to recognize dream states as dream states, to remain lucid and unafraid amidst bizarre and shifting appearances, and to understand their illusory nature, you are said to be exceptionally well prepared to navigate the bardos. The ability to maintain awareness and navigate the dreamscape becomes directly transferable to navigating the after-death experiences with clarity and fearlessness, potentially leading to liberation rather than another cycle of rebirth. This is why dream yoga is considered one of the most profound completion stage practices in Vajrayana Buddhism. It directly rehearses the process of dying and offers a pathway to transforming that ultimate transition. Now, when I said earlier that the you that tucks itself into bed might not survive this, it wasn't just a throwaway line to grab your attention. Practices that delve this deeply into the nature of mind and reality inevitably lead to a confrontation with the ego, that sense of a fixed, separate self we so fiercely protect. Dream yoga, by its very nature, destabilizes this fixed self. When you can change your dream body, when you realize your dream environment is a projection of your own consciousness, the rigid boundaries of who you think you are begin to dissolve. This can be incredibly liberating, but it can also be unsettling. You might encounter your own fears, your unprocessed traumas, your hidden neuroses manifesting as dream figures or challenging scenarios. The practice isn't about avoiding these, but about meeting them with lucid awareness, understanding their empty nature, and thereby transforming them. This is where the courage comes in. It's not about fighting dragons in a dream, but about recognizing that the dragon, its fiery breath, and even the fear it instills in you, are all arising from the same source, your own mind. And if they arise from your mind, they can be understood, worked with, and ultimately liberated. Imagine the implications if you spend your nights training in this way, becoming familiar with the malleability of experience, the power of your own awareness. How might that change your waking life? You might find yourself less reactive to stressful situations, more creative in your problem solving, more compassionate towards others, recognizing their struggles as part of the collective dream, and with a deeper sense of inner peace and freedom. The insights gained in the luminous clarity of the lucid dream state begin to permeate the denser reality of your waking hours, imbuing your life with a sense of magic, possibility, and profound meaning. This journey we're embarking on together, section by section, is designed to guide you step by step through the foundational principles and practices of this extraordinary tradition. We'll cover how to prepare your mind and body, specific techniques for inducing lucidity, methods for transforming the dream, and how to use the dream state for deep meditation and insight. It requires patience, gentle persistence, and a willingness to explore the uncharted territories of your own consciousness. There will be nights of frustration where lucidity seems impossible, and nights of startling clarity and breathtaking discovery. The key is to approach it with curiosity and a light touch, understanding that this is a gradual unfolding. The ancient masters of dream yoga weren't just interested in psychological self-help, they were spiritual warriors, explorers of consciousness, seeking the very keys to liberation. They saw the dream state as a precious opportunity, a hidden doorway to the ultimate nature of reality. By learning to navigate our dreams with awareness, we are, in essence, learning to navigate our lives with greater wisdom, compassion, and freedom. We are learning to wake up, not just from our nightly slumbers, but from the larger, collective dream of samsara, the cycle of suffering and confusion. So, as you settle in, allow yourself to consider the profound possibility that your nightly dreams are not just random neural noise, but a sacred space, a practice ground, a mirror reflecting the deepest potentials of your own mind. The veil is thin, and with the right tools and intention, you can learn to peer behind it, and perhaps even step through. The journey is not about escaping reality, but about understanding it so deeply that you are finally free within it, whether you are awake or dreaming. This is the profound invitation of Tibetan Dream Yoga, to awaken to your fullest potential in all states of consciousness. This profound invitation of Tibetan Dream Yoga, to awaken to your fullest potential in all states of consciousness, doesn't begin when your head hits the pillow. Paradoxically, the key to unlocking the vibrant, conscious realms of your dreaming mind is forged in the seemingly mundane landscape of your waking hours. You see, the thread of awareness you cultivate throughout your day is the very same thread you will learn to follow into the depths of sleep and into the heart of your dreams. If your waking life is spent in a haze of distraction, lost in thought, buffeted by unconscious reactions, it's like trying to find a specific star in a cloudy night sky. The conditions simply aren't right for clarity. Therefore, before we even whisper about the specific techniques for dream recognition, we must lay the essential groundwork, the cultivation of unwavering, moment-to-moment awareness while you are awake. This is where the 4 foundations of awareness come into play. A powerful framework adapted from ancient Buddhist teachings that will become the bedrock of your journey. Think of your mind as a garden. If you let it go untended during the day, weeds of distraction and habitual thought patterns will flourish. Come nightfall, these same weeds will choke the delicate sprouts of lucidity in your dreamscape. But if you diligently, mindfully tend this garden from sunrise to sunset, you create a space where awareness can blossom, both day and night. This continuity of consciousness is paramount. The habits of mind you strengthen while awake are the habits that will inevitably surface in your dreams. If you habitually question, observe, and stay present during the day, you are programming your mind to do the same when it enters the dream state. It's a simple equation. A more aware waking life naturally leads to a more aware dreaming life. So, what are these 4 foundations? And how do you begin to build them into the fabric of your everyday experience? They are not complicated theories, but practical ways of engaging with your reality, moment by moment. The first foundation is awareness of the body. This is where your practice of presence begins, in the most tangible, undeniable aspect of your current experience, your physical self. Throughout your day, you will learn to gently bring your attention to the sensations of your body. Feel the subtle contact of your feet on the floor as you walk, the pressure of your body on the chair as you sit, the way your clothes rest against your skin. Notice the rhythm of your breath, not to control it, but simply to feel the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen. Become aware of your posture. Are you slumped, tense, or relatively relaxed? You might notice areas of tension you habitually carry: a clenched jaw, raised shoulders, a tight stomach. The invitation here is not to immediately fix or judge, but simply to notice, to become intimately familiar with your physical landscape. Why is this so crucial for dream yoga? Firstly, grounding your awareness in your body anchors you firmly in the present moment, preventing your mind from being endlessly swept away by the torrent of thoughts about the past or future. This present moment anchoring is a core skill for lucidity. Secondly, by becoming highly attuned to your normal waking bodily sensations, you create a baseline. When you enter a dream, the physical sensations are often different. You might feel incredibly light or strangely heavy. You might find yourself floating or flying, a clear deviation from your waking physical reality. If you've trained yourself to be aware of your body, these anomalous sensations can act as powerful triggers, prompting you to ask, "Wait a minute, this isn't how my body usually feels. Could I be dreaming?" You might experience the classic dream scenario of trying to run but feeling like you're moving through molasses, or trying to shout but no sound comes out. An embodied awareness cultivated during the day makes these dream-specific physical experiences stand out in stark relief. Piercing the veil of the dream, you can practice this awareness anywhere, anytime. When you wash your hands, feel the temperature of the water, the texture of the soap. When you eat, notice the sensations in your mouth, the movement of your jaw. Each moment is an opportunity. The second foundation is awareness of feelings or sensations, and here, feelings refers not just to tactile sensations, but more specifically to the emotional tones that accompany all our experiences. Pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Every single moment of your conscious experience has one of these tones. A cool breeze on a hot day is pleasant. Stubbing your toe is unpleasant. The feeling of your pen on paper might be neutral. Your task is to begin noticing these feeling tones as they arise and pass away, without getting caught up in the stories behind them, without judging them as good or bad, and without trying to cling to the pleasant ones or push away the unpleasant ones. You simply observe. This is a pleasant feeling arising. Now it is passing. Now an unpleasant feeling is arising. Now it is passing. This practice is incredibly valuable for dream yoga because dreams are often intensely emotional landscapes. Fear in a nightmare can feel overwhelmingly real, pulling you deeper into the dream's narrative and preventing lucidity. Joy or excitement in a pleasant dream can be equally captivating, making you forget that you are, in fact, dreaming. By practicing awareness of your emotional tones during the day, you develop a certain equanimity, a capacity to observe your emotions without being completely consumed by them. You learn that feelings, no matter how intense, are transient phenomena. This skill is directly transferable to the dream state. When intense fear arises in a dream, instead of becoming paralyzed by it or immediately trying to escape, a part of your mind, trained by daytime practice, can step back and observe. This is fear. It feels very strong, but it is a feeling. This moment of observation can be the very thing that sparks lucidity. You create a little space between yourself and the emotion, and in that space, awareness can dawn. You begin to see that even the most terrifying dream monster is, on one level, an appearance accompanied by an unpleasant feeling, tone, and appearance. You don't have to be victimized by once you're lucid. The third foundation is awareness of mind or mental states. This involves turning your attention inward to observe the very flow of your consciousness, your thoughts, moods, and the general state of your mind. Is your mind busy and agitated like a shaken snow globe? Is it dull and sluggish? Or is it clear and calm? You notice the thoughts that arise, planning thoughts, worrying thoughts, memories, fantasies. Again, the key is not to engage with the content of the thoughts, not to follow them down rabbit holes, but to simply recognize them as mental events. A thought of a past conversation. Now a thought about what I need to do later. Now a feeling of restlessness. You become like a gatekeeper at the gate of your mind, noting what passes through without getting involved in its drama. This is profoundly important for dream yoga because dreams are, in essence, a continuous stream of mental activity. Dream images, dream characters, dream narratives, they are all constructs of the mind. If you can become adept at observing your thoughts and mental states while awake, recognizing their transient and often insubstantial nature, you are honing the exact skill needed to see through the apparent reality of the dream. You begin to notice the often illogical, associative, and rapidly shifting nature of your waking thought processes. And this prepares you to recognize these same qualities when they manifest, magnified, in the dream state. That thought doesn't logically follow the previous one. This feels just like that disjointed way my mind works sometimes. Could this be a dream? The ability to observe your mind without identifying with every thought creates a capacity for meta, awareness of awareness itself, which is the hallmark of lucidity. The fourth foundation is awareness of dharmas, mental objects, or phenomena. This is perhaps the most encompassing of the foundations, as it involves observing the content of your experience in a broader sense, how all these elements of body, feeling, and mind come together, how your mind categorizes and interprets the world, and how underlying patterns or principles operate within your experience. For our purposes in preparing for dream yoga, you can think of this as cultivating a deep curiosity about the nature of your reality, constantly questioning and examining your perceptions. It involves recognizing the conditioned ways you see the world and understanding that your perception is not a perfect mirror of some objective truth, but a construction. This is where the deliberate practice of reality checks comes in. Several times a day, you consciously pause and ask yourself with genuine sincerity, am I dreaming right now? Don't just ask it robotically. Really consider the possibility, then perform a test. In dreams, ordinary laws of physics and logic often break down, so you might try to push your finger through the palm of your other hand. In a dream, it might pass through. You could look at a piece of text, look away, and then look back. In a dream, the text will often have changed. Or look at a clock, look away, look back, the time might be completely different or nonsensical. You can try to recall how you got to your current location in dreams. The preceding narrative is often missing or bizarre. The specific check doesn't matter as much as the act of sincere inquiry and the habit of questioning the nature of your current state of consciousness. By repeatedly performing these reality checks during the day, you are building a powerful mental habit. This habit, like all strong habits, will eventually begin to surface in your dreams. You'll be in some bizarre dream scenario, and that ingrained impulse to question your reality will automatically kick in. You'll ask, am I dreaming? Perform your go-to reality check. And when it yields a dream, positive result, your finger passes through your palm, lucidity dawns. This fourth foundation, then, is about actively probing the boundary between the waking state and the dream state, making that boundary more permeable to awareness. It's about recognizing the dream-like qualities that can sometimes appear even in waking life, moments of strange coincidence, lapses in memory, intense emotions that seem to come from nowhere, and using them as prompts to deepen your awareness. Cultivating these four foundations is not about adding another stressful task to your already busy life. It's about weaving moments of mindful presence into the activities you're already doing. It's a gentle, compassionate curiosity towards your own experience. You might set an intention in the morning to focus on awareness of your body for a certain period, or to notice feeling tones. You can use everyday occurrences as reminders every time your phone rings. Take a conscious breath. Every time you walk through a doorway, check in with your overall state of awareness. The key is little and often, short. Frequent moments of mindfulness are often more effective in building lasting habits than long, infrequent periods of formal meditation, especially when you're starting out. Be patient with yourself. Your mind has been accustomed to wandering for a very long time. It won't become a paragon of unwavering attention overnight. There will be many, many moments when you forget, when you get lost in thought, when you react unconsciously. This is perfectly normal. The practice is not about achieving some perfect state of uninterrupted mindfulness, but about the gentle act of returning your attention again and again, each time you notice it has wandered. Each return is a victory, a strengthening of that muscle of awareness. As you diligently apply yourself to these foundational practices during your waking hours, you are not just becoming more present and awake in your day-to-day life. You are actively tilling the soil, planting the seeds, and watering the garden of your mind, preparing it for the luminous harvest of lucid dreaming. The clarity, the questioning mind, the emotional balance, and the embodied presence you foster now will be your most trusted allies when you close your eyes and journey into the fascinating, instructive, and ultimately liberating world of your dreams. You are building a bridge of consciousness, strong enough to span the chasm between waking and dreaming, allowing you to walk consciously into that other third of your existence. You're diligently building that bridge of consciousness with the four foundations, learning to walk with awareness through your waking hours, all in preparation to consciously step into that other third of your existence, the realm of dreams. But just as any explorer prepares their gear and provisions before a significant expedition, you too must prepare your vessel, your body and mind, specifically for the unique journey of dream yoga, especially in those crucial hours leading up to sleep. The general mindfulness of your day creates the strong foundation, and now, as evening descends, you refine your approach, creating the optimal internal and external conditions for lucidity to blossom. Think of yourself as an alchemist, and your own being as the crucible wherein the transformation from ordinary sleep to conscious dream awareness will occur. The quality of the ingredients and the care with which you prepare them will profoundly influence the outcome. Let's begin with the physical preparations, starting with what you consume. Your diet, particularly your evening meal, plays a more significant role than you might imagine. Traditional wisdom and modern understanding converge on this. A light, easily digestible meal is best, consumed at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to lie down to sleep. A heavy, greasy, or overly spicy meal late in the evening can lead to indigestion, restlessness, and a kind of agitated sleep that is not conducive to the subtle awareness required for dream yoga. Your body's energy becomes preoccupied with digestion, leaving little available for the refined mental work of dream practice. Similarly, stimulants like caffeine or excessive sugar in the hours before bed are obvious saboteurs, revving up your nervous system when you're aiming for calm and receptivity. And what about alcohol? Many people feel it helps them fall asleep, and while it might indeed hasten the onset of sleep, it significantly disrupts the later stages, particularly REM, rapid eye movement sleep, which is when your most vivid dreams occur. Alcohol tends to fragment sleep, leading to more awakenings and poorer dream recall, making it a clear hindrance to your practice. So, it's best avoided if you are serious about exploring your dreams with clarity. While the emphasis is on avoiding disruptive substances, are there any foods or mild traditional herbs that might be supportive? You might hear anecdotal accounts or find mentions in some folk traditions of certain items like mugwort tea, valerian root, or even specific fruits being associated with more vivid dreams or improved recall. However, it's essential to approach such things with caution and discernment. The path of Tibetan dream yoga is primarily a path of mental training, not one reliant on external substances. While some gentle, calming herbal teas like chamomile or lavender might help relax your system before bed, which is generally beneficial, don't fall into the trap of seeking a dream pill. Your most potent aid will always be your cultivated awareness and your unwavering intention. For now, focus on clean, wholesome food in moderation. Stay well hydrated throughout the day, but perhaps taper your fluid intake an hour or so before bed to minimize the chances of your bladder waking you up just as you're navigating a fascinating dreamscape. Beyond diet, consider your physical activity in the evening. While regular exercise is wonderful for overall health and can improve sleep quality, strenuous workouts too close to bedtime can leave you feeling energized rather than relaxed. Instead, think of gentle, unwinding movements. Perhaps some light stretching to release any physical tension accumulated during the day, a slow, flowing sequence of Tai Chi, or a few restorative yoga postures. The aim is to soothe your nervous system, quieten the physical static, and prepare your body to become a still, receptive vessel for the night's inner work. Next, turn your attention to your sleep environment. This is your sanctuary, the physical space where your dream journeys will unfold. Make it as conducive to deep, undisturbed rest as possible. Darkness is key. Your body produces melatonin, the sleep hormone, in response to darkness. Even small amounts of light, especially the blue light emitted from electronic screens, can suppress melatonin and interfere with your natural sleep rhythms. So, invest in good blackout curtains if needed. Remove or cover any electronic devices with glowing lights. Aim for a silence that allows your mind to settle, or if you live in a noisy environment or prefer it, the soft, consistent hum of a fan, as we spoke of earlier, can create a soothing white noise that masks more jarring sounds. Your comfort is also paramount. Ensure your bed and bedding are comfortable, and the room temperature is right for you, not too hot, not too cold. The less your physical body has to complain about, The free your mind will be to engage in the subtle practices of dream yoga. And crucially, try to create a digital sundown for at least an hour, ideally longer, before you intend to sleep. Disengage from screens. No phones, no tablets, no computers, no television. The constant influx of information, the stimulating content, and the blue light are all anathema to the calm, focused state you wish to cultivate. Allow your mind this precious time to transition away from the day's engagements. This leads us directly into the essential mental and emotional preparations, your evening rituals for winding down the mind. Just as you cleanse your body, you must also cleanse your mind of the day's accumulated clutter. This doesn't mean forcefully trying to stop your thoughts, which is often counterproductive. Instead, it's about gently disengaging from active, problem-solving modes of thinking and cultivating a state of peaceful receptivity. One powerful practice is journaling. Before bed, take a few minutes to write down any lingering thoughts, worries, or unresolved issues from the day. This act of transferring them to paper can create a sense of release, preventing them from endlessly cycling in your mind as you try to fall asleep. You can also use your journal to briefly review your day from the perspective of awareness. Note any moments where you felt particularly present, or moments where you were completely lost in thought. Doing so without judgment, simply as an observation to reinforce your commitment. This is also a perfect time to articulate and write down your specific intention for your dream practice that night. What you read before sleep can also have a significant impact. Instead of stimulating thrillers, news articles, or work-related documents, choose something calming, inspirational, or spiritually aligned with your practice. Perhaps a few pages from the teachings of great dream masters, poetry that evokes a sense of wonder, or texts that speak of compassion and wisdom. Let the words you absorb be ones that uplift and quiet your spirit. A crucial part of your evening mental preparation is the conscious setting of your intention. This is not a passive wish. It is an active, firm, and confident resolve. As you are getting ready for bed, and especially as you lie down and begin to relax, state your intention clearly in your mind. Tonight, I will recognize that I am dreaming. When I am dreaming, I will know it is a dream. You can phrase it in a way that resonates most strongly with you, but let it be positive and affirmative. Repeat this intention multiple times, like a gentle yet persistent mantra. Visualize yourself in a dream, suddenly realizing, "This is a dream." Feel the surge of excitement and clarity that comes with that recognition. By impressing this intention upon your subconscious mind with focus and feeling, you are significantly increasing the likelihood of it bearing fruit. Your mind, even in sleep, is remarkably responsive to such clear directives. Alongside this focused intention, cultivate positive emotional states as you prepare for sleep. Tibetan traditions place great emphasis on the power of attitudes like loving, kindness, compassion, and gratitude. Spend a few moments genuinely generating these feelings. You might reflect on things you are grateful for, send kind wishes to loved ones, or even to those with whom you have difficulties. Letting go of any lingering resentments, anger, or anxieties from the day is also vital. A simple mental act of forgiveness for yourself and others can clear away emotional turbulence that might otherwise manifest as disturbing dreams or hinder your ability to achieve lucidity. Entering sleep with a heart full of warmth and peace creates a much more conducive inner atmosphere, for profound dream experiences. Such states not only influence the content of your dreams, making them more positive and less fraught with conflict, but they also soften the mind, making it more pliable and open to the subtle cues that signal the dream state. Finally, consider weaving all these elements into a consistent evening routine. Humans are creatures of habit, and a predictable sequence of calming activities can act as a powerful signal to your body and mind that it's time to transition from the business of the day to the special state of pre-sleep readiness for dream yoga. This routine doesn't need to be rigid or lengthy, but its consistency is what gives it power. Perhaps it involves dimming the lights, having a warm, non-caffeinated drink, doing your gentle stretches, followed by some quiet reading, journaling your intention, and then lying down for your final intention, setting as you drift off. Each of these preparations, from the food you eat to the thoughts you cultivate, is designed to create a mind and body that are calm, clear, and highly receptive. A disturbed body or an agitated mind is like a murky pond. It's difficult to see clearly into its depths. But a calm body and a settled mind are like a still, clear lake, perfectly reflecting the sky above and allowing you to perceive the subtle movements within. By meticulously preparing your vessel, you are not only enhancing your chances of achieving lucidity, but are also cultivating a quality of being that will enrich both your dream life and your waking life. You are honoring the profound nature of this practice, ensuring that when the opportunity for awareness arises in a dream, you are ready to meet it. You have meticulously prepared your vessel, tending to your physical comfort, calming your emotional currents, and setting your sacred intention, ensuring that when the opportunity for awareness arises in a dream, you are truly ready to meet it. Now, as you sit on the very threshold of sleep, after your evening rituals are complete, there is one further, crucial step of purification and energetic alignment that will render the waters of your mind exceptionally still and clear. This practice is known as the 9 purifying breaths, or Lung Rogu Salwa in Tibetan, a technique designed to cleanse your subtle energy channels, pacify the restless movements of your inner winds, or prana, and establish a profound sense of calm that is exquisitely conducive to dream yoga. Within the yogic traditions of Tibet, it's understood that your physical body is interwoven with a subtle energetic anatomy, a network of channels known as nadis through which your vital life force, or lung, the Tibetan equivalent of prana, circulates. There are said to be thousands of these channels, but 3 are considered primary: the central channel, running roughly parallel to your spine, and the right and left channels, which run alongside it. When these channels are open and the lung flows smoothly and harmoniously, your mind is naturally calm, clear, and resilient. However, due to stress, negative emotions, improper diet, or simply the agitations of daily life, these channels can become constricted or blocked, and the lung can become imbalanced or stale. This energetic disturbance translates directly into mental restlessness, scattered thoughts, emotional turbulence, and a general fogginess, all of which are significant impediments to lucid dreaming. The 9 purifying breaths is a direct and potent method to address this, expelling the stale energies and inviting in fresh, luminous vitality. Find a comfortable seated posture. You might sit cross-legged on a cushion on the floor, perhaps in a simple meditation posture, if that's familiar to you. or you can sit upright on a chair with your feet flat on the ground. The key is that your spine is relatively straight, allowing energy to flow freely, but without being rigid or strained. Allow your shoulders to relax, your hands to rest gently on your lap or knees. Close your eyes, or keep them softly open with a lowered gaze, whichever feels most settling for you. Take a few moments to simply arrive in your posture, feeling the support beneath you, noticing the natural rhythm of your breath without yet trying to change it. This practice is structured in 3 cycles, each consisting of 3 breaths, making 9 breaths in total. Each cycle focuses on purifying one of the main aspects of your subtle energetic system and the corresponding negative emotions or mental obscurations. You will use one of your hands, traditionally the left hand for men, and the right hand for women in some contexts, but you can simply use whichever hand feels natural to gently close off one nostril at a time. Typically, you might use your thumb to close one nostril and your ring finger or index finger to close the other. Let's begin the first cycle, which focuses on the right subtle channel, often associated with the masculine principle, solar energy, and the arising of conceptual thought, as well as energies like anger or aversion. To start, bring your chosen hand up towards your face. Gently press your finger, perhaps your ring finger, to close off your left nostril. Now, through your open right nostril, inhale slowly, deeply, and smoothly. As you inhale, visualize that you are drawing in a stream of brilliant, pure, white light. Imagine this light is imbued with all positive qualities: clarity, peace, healing, and wisdom. Feel this luminous energy entering your right nostril and flowing through the right side of your subtle body, purifying and cleansing any blockages or negativities. Once your inhalation is comfortably full, use your thumb to gently close your right nostril. For a brief moment, hold the breath, allowing that purifying light to permeate. Then, keeping your right nostril closed, release the finger from your left nostril and exhale completely through your left nostril. This exhalation should be a little more forceful than a normal breath, but not violent or strained. Think of it as a definite expulsion. As you exhale, visualize that you are expelling all the stale energies, impurities, and specifically the energies of anger, aversion, irritation, and excessive conceptual proliferation that may have accumulated in your right channel. See these energies leaving your left nostril as a dark, smoky, or sooty substance, like exhaust fumes, dissolving harmlessly into the vastness of space far away from you. That's one breath. You will repeat this 2 more times for the first cycle. So, again, close the left nostril. Inhale pure white light through the right, filling the right channel. Close the right nostril, hold briefly. Then open the left nostril and exhale forcefully, expelling dark, smoky energy representing anger and conceptual tightness. And a third timed inhale white light through the right, exhale smoky agitation through the left. After these 3 breaths, rest your hand back in your lap for a moment, breathing naturally, noticing any subtle shifts. Now we move to the second cycle, which focuses on the left subtle channel. This channel is often associated with the feminine principle, lunar energy, and emotions like attachment, desire, or craving. This time, you will use your thumb to gently close your right nostril. Through your open left nostril, inhale that same brilliant, pure, white light, just as before. Visualize it entering your left nostril and flowing through the left side of your subtle body, a cleansing. healing stream dissolving all impurities. Once your inhalation is comfortably full, use your finger, perhaps your ring finger, to gently close your left nostril. Hold for a brief moment, allowing the light to work its magic. Then, keeping your left nostril closed, release your thumb from your right nostril and exhale completely through your right nostril. Again, this exhalation is somewhat forceful. As you exhale, visualize that you are expelling all the energies of attachment, craving, unhealthy desire, and clinging that may have accumulated in your left channel. See these energies leaving your right nostril as a reddish, sticky, or steamy substance, perhaps like vapor rising from hot blood, carrying away all grasping and fixation, dissolving into space. Repeat this 2 more times for the second cycle. Close the right nostril, inhale white light through the left, purifying the left channel. Close the left nostril, hold, then open the right and exhale forcefully, expelling reddish, sticky energy representing attachment and desire. And a third time, inhale white light through the left. Exhale clinging energies through the right. Rest your hand in your lap again, breathing naturally. Allow yourself to feel the increased sense of balance and openness. Finally, we come to the third cycle. This cycle focuses on purifying the central channel and clearing away the most fundamental obscuration, ignorance or delusion, which manifests as mental fogginess, confusion, or a general lack of clarity. For these last 3 breaths, you will inhale and exhale through both nostrils simultaneously. Your hands can remain resting in your lap. As you inhale, again visualize that you are drawing in a flood of brilliant, pure white light, but this time it enters through both nostrils. Imagine this light filling your entire head, then descending down through your central channel, which you can visualize as a clear, hollow tube of light running from the crown of your head down to the base of your spine, or even through your entire body. See this light purifying every part of your being, your brain, your nervous system, all your subtle channels, your organs, making everything luminous and clear. Once your inhalation is full, hold the breath for a moment, allowing this comprehensive purification to take place. Then, as you exhale, do so gently and completely through both nostrils. This exhalation is not forceful like the previous ones, but rather a soft, complete release. As you exhale, visualize that you are expelling any remaining subtle obscurations, particularly the energies of ignorance, confusion, dullness, or mental fogginess. See these energies leaving your body as a gray, murky, or cloudy substance, like a dense fog, effortlessly dissolving into the infinite space around you, leaving you in a state of pristine clarity and openness. Repeat this 2 more times. Inhale pure white light through both nostrils, filling your entire system, especially the central channel. Hold briefly. Then exhale gently through both nostrils, releasing all gray, murky clouds of ignorance and confusion. And the final, 9th breath, a deep, luminous inhalation of pure light, and a gentle, complete exhalation of any residual dullness. After completing all 9 breaths, remain seated quietly for a few minutes. Keep your eyes closed or your gaze soft. Simply rest in the state that has been created. Notice the quality of your mind. You may feel a palpable sense of stillness, spaciousness, and clarity. The mental chatter may have subsided, and a feeling of peacefulness may have settled over you. This is the optimal inner environment for embarking on your dream yoga practices. The restless winds have been calmed, the channels have been cleared, and your mind, like that still, clear lake we spoke of, is now ready to reflect the subtle appearances of the dream state with much greater lucidity. The benefits of this seemingly simple practice, especially when performed consistently before sleep, are manifold for your dream yoga journey. By calming the prana, you directly calm the mind, making it less prone to distraction and agitation as you drift towards sleep. This reduces the likelihood of chaotic, meaningless dreams and increases the potential for clear, significant dream experiences. The purification of energetic obscurations can lead to brighter, more vivid dreams, and a heightened capacity for dream recall. Furthermore, by balancing the energies of the right solar, conceptual, and left lunar emotional channels, you create a more harmonious inner state. This balance is a prerequisite for the deeper awakening of the central channel, which is associated with profound states of wisdom and bliss, though that is a more advanced topic. For now, know that this practice lays an excellent foundation. The 9 purifying breaths act as a bridge, transitioning you from the more external preparations of your evening routine to the deeper inner focus required for subsequent meditative practices, or for simply entering sleep with a potent intention for lucidity. While different lineages of Tibetan Buddhism might have slight variations in the nuances of the visualization or the hand positions, the core principles of expelling stale energies and imbibing pure, luminous energy remain consistent. The true power of the practice lies in your focused engagement with the breath and, most importantly, with the visualizations. It is this conscious direction of energy and imagination that transforms a simple breathing exercise into a profound act of inner alchemy. So, each night, after you have wound down your day and settled your outer world, take these few minutes to perform the 9 purifying breaths. Let it be the final gateway you pass through, a conscious cleansing that prepares the sacred space of your mind for the mysteries and insights that await you in the world of dreams. With each cycle of breath, feel yourself becoming lighter, clearer, and more open, perfectly primed to recognize the dream for what it is and to awaken within it.